Hi, friends. Today, we're talking about shifting timelines. What is this? What is shifting? You hear that all the time. So, what is this? Shifting timelines is the metaphysical art and quantum science of consciously choosing a new reality for yourself, one that already exists in the infinite field of potential. All right. You're not creating it from scratch, you're selecting it. Okay. You're choosing it. Um, it's like tuning a radio to a different station. You're aligning your internal frequency to resonate with a new version of you, one who already has the life you desire. Okay, so this is not wishful thinking, all right? This is energetic precision. This is energetic tuning, okay? Every version of you is already out there in the multiverse, okay? The millionaire you, the deeply loved you, the awakened you, the all of them are there. So this is the deal. Everything is happening at the same time. Okay? Everything is happening at the same time. I've been born right now. I'm getting married right now. I'm dying right now. I'm talking to you right now. I am whatever. You fill in the blank, right? All of it is happening at the same time. My past lives, my future incarnations, all of it is happening at the same time. We cannot see it all because it will be incredibly overwhelming and confusing, right? To keep up with all those lifetimes at the same time, all those moments at the same time. But that doesn't mean they're not happening. It's that we are tuning into one specific timeline. Okay. The best way that I explain this to my students is when you turn on the television, there's hundreds, probably thousands of channels, right? Live, streaming that we can choose from, and channels that we can choose from, live channels, whatever, right? uh you choose one, and you choose to watch one, right? You choose Netflix or Hulu or NBC or CBS, whatever, right? That doesn't mean that another person in a different room on a different television or in a different house or across the world cannot choose to watch another channel. You're just not watching them both or all of them at the same time because you couldn't keep up, right? You're watching one. Some people watch two games, right? Some people watch this baseball game over here and this other basketball game over here, right? But normally you choose one. It's the same thing. We don't dial the television anymore, but you, with your control, you choose which channel to focus in so that the frequency that channel that you're choosing comes through your television so you can watch that. But you can choose a different one, okay? If this channel, and in this channel there's all these options, right? There's horror movies and whatever. So if you are in the mood today for a horror movie, you can go on Netflix and choose horror movies. But then tomorrow you may feel like uh I don't know, uh a love movie, right? Or a funny movie. So you choose what you want to focus on, and with your clicker, you click on which frequency your television is gonna go into. Well, it's the same thing. It's just that we have come to believe that what the 3D is showing us is the only thing that exists. And that is not true. Okay. What we're seeing in the 3D is what we have chosen to see. And I know that you can tell me, and I feel like that too. I did not choose this shit show, right? No, I want something different. But we've also learned to believe that we cannot change just like that because we don't have a clicker that says, yeah, I'm the millionaire with a banging body and with my love of my life one, right? We don't have a clicker that we can choose that, but we can choose it. We just need to get into the vibration of it. Okay? We need to get into the alignment of it so our 3D shows that. Okay? Are you still with me? All right. So every version of your life is already out there. You just need to remember how to merge with that, how to align with that, to vibrate to that timeline so you can live it in your present moment, and that your 3D, your bank account, the lover in your bed, and when you go to the store, when you look in the mirror, you see what you want to see. All right. We shift timelines every day, whether you realize it or not. With every thought, every emotion, every decision, every belief, okay, you plant a frequency. It's like planting a seed. You choose a frequency, and that frequency that we're choosing is inside, shows on the outside. All right. It's like birthing your external reality all the time. It's just, it happens normally, and we don't necessarily are aware of that. So we need to become aware of that so we can choose which is the reality that we want to see externally. We need to choose it internally and leave it internally so we can choose externally. Okay? So there's different theories about this. The multiverse theory, okay? This is not fiction. This is based in science. It's very empowering. In both quantum physics, quantum theory, and in a spiritual awakening, every time you make a choice, big or small, a new version, a new reality splits off. Okay? This creates a matrix of infinite possibilities, of infinite outcomes. All right? Where each you is living out a different storyline. All right? For example, in one timeline, you said yes to this relationship. In another one, you said no, and you decided to move to Bali or wherever, right? In another one, you were not interested in relationships and you build the business of your dreams. All of those versions are real and coexisting simultaneously. Okay? So how do you shift? Okay? You don't need a time machine or a clicker or a remote control. You need conscious alignment. You need to feel and think and act like the version of you that you want, so you start living in that alternate reality. Okay? So that's how you step on it. Okay? Now you need to remember that time is not linear. We need linear time. We need the 3D, the human you and I. We need time to be past, present, future. So we can have some kind of, so we can function, right? But in spirituality, time is not linear. In the spiritual realm, everything is happening at the same time. Okay. That's why when we have our, when I teach the spiritual guides class, I teach people this, that sometimes when we ask our spirit guides for certain things, they don't deliver, not because they don't love us, not because they don't want to make us happy, but because they have that vision that we can't have of everything happening at the same time. And although we may want this right now, it's not in our highest interest for the timeline that we are living into, okay? Because they have a much broader vision that we do, okay? So time is not really a line, time is more like a web, okay? And all those moments are happening at the same time, okay? It's just they're happening in different frequencies, okay? That's why doing inner child wound healing can rewrite our present, because when we go in to heal our inner child, we're actually going to the past and healing the actual child that is living right now, thus rewriting our present. Okay? So what this means for you, you can jump into a future lifetime and borrow wisdom, for example, okay? You can heal the past by shifting your interpretation of it, which shift your frequency. You can collapse time, quantum leaping, by embodying the future now, okay? So you are in a certain timeline now because you're vibrating at a certain vibration, okay? So think of each timeline as a massive cosmic playlist, okay? Your vibration is the remote control. Your dominant is your beliefs, your emotion, your thoughts, your patterns of behavior, okay? Though all of that is sending signals that locks you into your current timeline, into your current reality. If you change your beliefs, if you change your emotions, if you change your patterns of behavior, you're gonna switch timelines. Okay? It would be way more fun if we had that clicker, right? But we can do it. We can do it. So if you're living in fear, that's why I refuse to live in fear, even though the reality of outside of me says this thing can happen to you. I'm not going to focus on that because I don't want that to become my reality. that may happen outside of me, but it's not going to happen to me. Okay? If you live in lack, I'm always broke, and you talk about being broke all the time, guess what? You're going to stay broke. You may win the lottery and you're going to become broke again, because that's the energy that you're embodying. Okay? If you always feel guilt, if you always feel shame, you're aligning with that. You're aligning with a lower frequency timeline, because those are emotions that you're perpetrating. So if you're always talking about this story, whatever the story is, you're breathing energy into it. Change the story. When people tell me, oh, this happened to me and this and that and that and that and the other and boo-hoo, I'm like, don't tell that story anymore. You're breathing life into it. You need to change your story. When people ask me how you're doing, I am fantastic. I'm so good. So good. All the time. And I may be going through a really hard time, but I am so good. I'm so good. So good. Because life is gonna life, right? Even people that are living with the love of their lives, that are abundant, that have the wonderful body, that have the magnificent home, that have the greatest car, even people that are living in that reality, they're going to have problems, because that's just part of the human experience. But you have to live, you have to feel, and you have to talk, and you have to think about the good things so you can live it. Okay? It's not magic. It's mechanic. It's science. Okay? It's energy. That's what it is. Okay? So, Friday, I'm going to tell you specific things that you can do. The thing about this is consistency, okay? But I'm going to tell you specific things that you can do to shift timelines. See you Friday.